It's the early 20th century. The air is thick with political tension, and the once mighty Qing Dynasty is facing its inevitable decline. But first, let's set the scene. The Qing Dynasty is on shaky ground. The 20th century brings with it a wave of change, both political and social, as China grapples with the challenges of modernization. It's against this backdrop that Wanrong's story begins, a story that intertwines with the fate of the last emperor. In this episode, we'll unravel the intricacies of Wanrong's story, exploring her life and her tragic fate. Welcome to Asia Obscura. If you guys like our content, please like, share, and subscribe for more Asian stories. Let's zoom in on a pivotal chapter in Empress Wanrong's life, her marriage to Pu Yi in 1922. Now, this wasn't your typical fairy tale union. It was more like a royal drama. China, 1922. Pu Yi, the once emperor, now a young man living in the Forbidden City, is on the hunt for a bride. Pu Yi's court decided to turn the whole bride selection affair into a spectacle, and Wanrong found himself thrust into this bridal competition. Wanrong, being no stranger to opulence, was selected as one of the prospects. Fast forward to the wedding. Picture Wanrong, draped in a garment made from crimson satin, embroidered with a dragon, and going through the motions of a wedding that, let's face it, was more about political maneuvering than love. Listen to this next part. Wanrong, this brilliant and accomplished young woman, finds herself bound to a man who, let's just say, had a few issues. Pu Yi, despite his imperial status, was far from the dream husband. He's been coddled since childhood, growing into the spoiled young man with a penchant for tormenting those around him. On their wedding day, Pu Yi admitted that seeing Wanrong walk into the ceremony was the first time he was actually curious about what she looked like. Not exactly the stuff of fairy tales, right? To make matters more complicated, Pu Yi was a stage 5 clinger, barging into Wanrong's private meetings, playing pranks on her, and bombarding her with incessant phone calls, all while insisting she treats him not as the emperor but as an intimate friend. Romantic, huh? Yet amidst all this, Wanrong valiantly tried to maintain her intellectual pursuits. Despite the stifling formality of the Forbidden City, she pulled all-nighters to cram in her studies, determined to stay sharp. But you can only juggle so much when your world is a gilded cage. So what happens next? Well, let's fast forward to 1924, and the ground beneath the Forbidden City trembles with change. The Qing Dynasty falls, and Pu Yi and Wanrong find themselves ousted from their ancestral palace. The only choice? Exile. The royal couple, along with a second consort, Wenxiu, takes refuge in a quiet garden villa in Tianjin. To cope with the mounting stress, Wanrong turns to a dubious ally: opium. In the Forbidden City, this casual habit turns into a consuming pastime. Rumors swirl, whispering about Wanrong's alleged infertility. Her rival, Wenxiu, points fingers at the opium use, believing it to be a cause of their childless union. The court watches, speculates, and judges. Brace yourself for the heart-wrenching twists that fate has in store for Empress Wanrong. In 1931, Pu Yi accepted Japan's offer to lead the puppet state of Manchukuo in an attempt to revive the Qing Dynasty in northeastern China. Hiding from the prying eyes, Wanrong finds solace in a forbidden love affair: Li Tiyu and Qi Jizong. Pu Yi's aides become the clandestine companions of a young woman yearning for connection and understanding. In 1940, the news breaks like a storm. Wanrong is pregnant. Yet this is no ordinary pregnancy, it's a clandestine secret. A testament to the affair that defied the suffocating norms of the Imperial court. Wanrong, fighting for a child, confronts Pu Yi with an ultimatum: acknowledge the child or let it live away from this imperial scrutiny. But here, my friends, is where tragedy reaches its zenith. Instead of embracing his wife's plea, Pu Yi delivers an unthinkable blow. The newborn daughter, a symbol of Wanrong's secret rebellion, is torn away from her mother's arms, never to take another breath. It's a cruel betrayal. A decision that leaves Wanrong shattered and the palace haunted by the echoes of an infant's cries. As the tides of war swept over Manchukuo in 1945, the once mighty Puyi abdicated his puppet throne, and the Soviet invasion loomed on the horizon. With chaos engulfing the Imperial remnants, Wanrong's fate took a cruel turn. On that fateful day in August 1945, Puyi, finding an escape route, left Wanrong behind. The man who was once her husband, the keeper of her secrets, carelessly abandoned her, dismissing her tearful pleas. The plane soared into the distance, leaving Wanrong to face the impending storm alone. The ex-empress, once adorned with jewels and regal garments, became a captive queen, her realm reduced to a cold, desolate cell. The remnants of her opium stash dwindled, and the withdrawal symptoms intensified. In those final moments, the guards, harboring resentment for the fallen empire, showed no mercy to Wanrong. June 28, 1946. Malnutrition and the relentless clutches of opium claimed her. So dear listeners, let Wanrong's tale linger in your thoughts, a testament to the fragility of power, the intricacies of gender roles, and the indomitable spirit that refuses to be silenced, even in the face of unspeakable tragedy. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Asia Obscura. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have your own stories to share or topics you'd like us to explore, feel free to leave a comment. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and stay tuned.